Well, folks, today I'm recording a follow-up video about the Cooperrider, the infamous, I guess I should say, Cooperrider turnaround, which has turned into a cul-de-sac now officially as of the probably about September time frame. They did put a cul-de-sac in that they wanted to make because it would make it easier to plow and safer for the bus to turn around. Now I want you to see what's happened the last couple snowfalls. Today is, I think, January 7th. We're getting some more snow today, and since they've put the cul-de-sac in, which I have another video showing the installation of it, where our road superintendent smashed up a pickup truck. Kind of interesting story there. You might want to watch that video. But anyway, as you can see, after they put that thing in September, making a big deal about how it'd be easier to plow. Can you see where they're plowing? That's been the way it's been ever since it's been put in. The school bus is still turning around in a T-shaped format, not using the cul-de-sac, because obviously the cul-de-sac is really not, for one, it's not big enough for that big bus to turn around, which is what I told them right off the bat. And two, kind of hard to turn around if you get a lot of snow the way this thing is going right now. I'm going to get a close-up picture when I go down there, just for you, so you can see what's being plowed. Now, why was it easier to plow now that we've got this huge area? I don't know, but you look at it and you see what's going on. It doesn't make any sense to me. It looks like it's being plowed less now than it was before, especially when Trustee Corpenning used to come down here and plow, because he plowed the whole area out down here, not just what's happening now. So anyway, let me get another close-up shot, and then I'll wait for the bus to show up and show how it's turning around. Definitely staying the same way it was, even though we put a bunch of money, time, energy, and everything else in on a cul-de-sac. It's about the same way it was before, being used the same way. Alright, I'm down here at the cul-de-sac, showing kind of what we have going on down here. This is all an area that was covered in limestone. All this area that you see right here to the south that's not being plowed, well, that was all made a cul-de-sac, and I thought it was going to be easier for them to go around and plow this thing. As you can see, here's what's being plowed. Only a little bitty area here. So I'm not sure I understand what's going on here, but that's been the way it's been done the last couple times snow's fallen. And like I said, the bus turns around right here. I'm going to show that as they arrive. Right where those two mailboxes are in between there, the bus goes over there normally and backs up right over here into this area, and they're not plowing it. So what was the point of requiring a cul-de-sac when you're not even going to really even plow the T now? By the way, while I'm on this thing, I might as well talk about this deal with the cul-de-sac anyway. Never did get any indication that the county engineer signed off on this project like he was supposed to. He obviously didn't supervise it because he wasn't here. I was here videotaping. They had no roller here, which is what he had as part of the specifications. And speaking of that roller, there'll probably be another video about that whole roller bit that they should have used to compact the soil, or By the way, while I'm on this thing, I might as well talk about this deal with the cul-de-sac anyway. Never did get any indication that the county engineer signed off on this project like he was supposed to. He obviously didn't supervise it because he wasn't here. I was here videotaping. They had no roller here, which is what he had as part of the specifications. And speaking of that roller, there'll probably be another video about that whole roller. Well, I'm recording again. This is Friday. The last one I ended, I thought I was going to get the school bus in the picture here and videotape the school bus coming down the road, but the school bus driver didn't want to come down the road. They were afraid to come down because it wasn't plowed yet. So the township trustees came again, and this is now Friday. There's no school on Friday, but what I wanted to show is that they did plow again. But as you can see, hopefully in the video, they only plowed the center. They did not plow either side of the cul-de-sac. So the whole point of this big, huge cul-de-sac that they kept wanting instead of the T was so they could plow it better, and it would be safer for the emergency vehicles and the school buses and the mailman and all this good stuff. But now we're getting less plowing down here than we were before. And they're not even plowing the T out, let alone the whole cul-de-sac. There's nothing happening. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. So hopefully maybe Monday the buses will be running again, school will be in, and I'll be able to show the school bus and how it's still turning around on a T-shaped fashion. So anyway, I'll try to get that on Monday and continue this video. Alright folks, it's now Monday, 11 January, and the bus, my daughter's school bus, is finally here. Thursday last week I tried to film this bus turning around down here, and due to an early out, bus driver felt it was unsafe to come down Cooperrider Road, so we had to pick my daughter and everybody else on the bus off at the corner of Midland Oil Road and Cooperrider. Friday, school was out due to the weather, so here it is today, Monday, January 11th. So we'll see how the bus turns around. Oh, lo and behold, just exactly like I've been saying, school bus driver still uses the T-shaped turnaround, doesn't use a cul-de-sac. Worst part is, couldn't even use a cul-de-sac anyway because they're not plowing it, which was a whole big deal to start with. The whole big argument was, oh, well, hey, let's have this big cul-de-sac so the bus won't have to back up and make it safer, and all the emergency vehicles be safer to come down here and not have to back up and turn around. And also, they would be plowing it, I thought, but yet they're not even plowing it. So here we go. Anyway, the big argument about Cooperrider Road is resolved. I mean, they have made this big, huge turnaround down here now, but it's not being plowed. It's not. So now we have this big, nice, big, huge cul-de-sac down here, which nobody really wanted. Everybody on the road I talked to did not want it. They were fine with the T, which obviously the bus is still using the T. Perfectly happy with that. Matter of fact, they'd be a lot happier probably if the plows would plow the T or do a little bit more plowing down here. But the two of the trustees decided, oh no, we've got to have this. We've got to put the time, money, and expense in making this big, huge cul-de-sac, which now, as you can see, is not even being plowed, not being used. The trash truck is still doing the same thing, using the T, and obviously the mailman's still doing the same thing as he was before. So nothing's basically changed other than the fact we now have this big, huge cul-de-sac, but we didn't put the money forward in the things that all the residents, myself included, is to work on the right-of-way of the road, which is pretty much been neglected for the last 20 to 30 years. These trees have gotten so huge that it's a safety hazard. Trees and vegetation are encroaching not even on the roadway, but across the roadway clear to the other side, from one side to the other. I've written a letter to the trustees about that and told them, it's been verbally told to you, I've written you letters. I guess the main thing you're going to do is just wait until somebody gets hurt or killed or worse, killed or maimed, and there's a lawsuit on the way because of this constant neglect. But anyway, I just want to make sure to videotape this and have this on record so when the time comes, the facts will speak for themselves.